Hi guys, welcome to the snake game tutorial. We will make the snake game just in one episode. So I have just a snake custom, snake sprite with a head, open, body custom, and food, apple and banana. The food sprite is just hidden. Make sure you are on the snake sprite, and when the green flag is clicked, broadcast reset. So every time we lose, we will just broadcast the reset. So it will just go to 0 0, and I think that's all. Oh, and just delete this clone. After that, for a loop, move 3 steps, and it will just now it must be just move, and I will switch to custom head. So now you can see it's just something like this. So what about just make it move so far? Sorry, if the mouse was so far, it will just move faster, and if it was so close, it will move slower. So I'll just move distance to mouse pointer divided by 10. So now let me just try it. So now you can see, just go to the mouse pointer, so -5 maybe. I don't think I'll just make it in one speed. You can just put that block, but I'll make it just like that. So what about just make the snake taller? I'll just add a create clone myself. When I start as a clone, wait 1 second and delete this clone. So now you can see I have a snake. Let me just do one thing. I'll just repeat and make a variable called snake for all sprites. Repeat the snake, change where it is. Okay, change brightness by 0.5. So now you can see, if I just click the green flag again, okay, a snake are actually 0. That's the length of the snake. I'll set it to 5, and also I'll just change it to 5. So now if I just click it, it will be just taller. Okay, we can just add the negative over here. I think it is just too much. So 0.1, change his tall. Now just too much taller, and I think should be better if I just delete this highlight. So now you can see actually all these clones are actually the head sprite. So just switch to custom body. So now there are no bug. Let me just switch to custom head, and I'll just show the banana. So now don't worry of that, just 1 minute. Okay, so now you can just see, I'll just wait 0 second, then delete all of them. There are just 1. So Oh, and I can also just set snake to 0, and I can just remove this too. So now you can see I have a snake just to 0. Let me just set it to 1, and I think 5 is good. 1. Okay, so now if touching food, then change the snake by 5. So now maybe just a little bit glitchy, but so now I'll just show the snake variable. It's just 600. So let me just make a snake divided by 4. So if it was just so small, it will move slower, and if it is just being big, it will move faster. So now, while we are just see circles, you'll just go to the body sprites and draw a rectangle. You'll just make it like this. So let me just switch custom to head, and now you can see I have a snake. Let me just make it taller. So now you can see it just be a rectangle. So the problem, we can just fix it. Make a block, move, input steps, or without screen refresh, move steps without screen refresh, then press OK, and here I'll just move snake divided by 4. So repeat steps, move steps divided by sorry, I'll just make it floor. So it will just move a floor of steps, then move 1 step, then create a clone of myself, or I can just make it 1, and or I can just make it 2, create a clone of myself, and make it steps divided by, I can just make it to 3 actually, and make this 3. So now if I just move, just for a minute, you can see my player has just reached the 300 clone. So I'll just make it divided by 10, because I think 5 we can make it. You can just play with this number. So now I just see it is good. So now what about just switch to custom head, and if distance, where it is, if where the okay, I'll just use the less than and the distance. So if the distance of the food is less than 50, then switch to custom open. So now if it was just, let let me just make it 100. So now you can see just open his mouth. So now let me just make it by 8 because I want just the player to be so fast, and I want for the game to be so just so hard. So after that I will just broadcast, or I've just, when the green flag is clicked, wherever, and when I receive reset, go to random position, and here, or no, okay, I'll just make it in the forever loop, so don't just be crazy, and just switch to custom, pick random 1 to 2, so now it will just be banana or apple, and wait until touching snake. So I want just for the food, just if it is touching this red color. So if touching the red color, then if I just go over here and click it, it will just say false. Let me just try to make its size something big, and just choose this color. So now it will be just a true. Okay, let me just set his size to 100. Then wait until touching this color, and let me just try to play. Why just don't move? Okay, let me just explain why it does not move. Here, why it just 0? Because snake divided by 8 is actually this number, because snake equals 1, and the floor of it is 0, and actually 0 divided by 5 will be just a nothing, so this script will not be work. So if else snake is bigger than, and I will use the 8. So in the else I will just use the 3. So now I have just been bigger, so why I just why the food I just go into a random position. So let me just bring that over here and delete the script from here. So now let me just click the green flag and I just take it. So now let me just stop it. So that's a true. So floor snake divided by this. Okay, let me just do a thing. If this is bigger than 3, so now you can see, you can just clean up blocks, and my snake just show his mouth, his tongue. So now we have just 2 problems. The first, the player just can go through himself, and we can just make it like that. But I will just, here are the move scripts. So now it actually will not have any clones. Okay, we have a create clone over here. And just put it over here. So now you can just do that or make it a circles. So how we make it a circles, when this clicked, wherever, wait 1 second, critical of myself. So sorry, just wait 0.1. So now you can just make it a circles. 0.2. So now my snake is just a circles, but I will just make it like this. So now let me just make the player lose. How much we take? Okay, we have a time. So I'll just delete the open and I'll call it lose sensor. So I'll just add the triangle over here. So now let me just switch to custom rectangle, a lose sensor. So now if I just be so big, so now how I can just check? So now if this block just touching myself, then we are loose. So I'll just switch custom to head and I will make a block called lose. Check. Run without to clear refresh. So first, before we are start, I want the player just to move, that just to make it more easier to work with. Then we want to set custom, because I know I typed it wrong, but it's okay. So because maybe some people have too much customs, so here the set custom, and I'll just make this over here so it will just move and check for the lose, then set custom. So why we just make the set custom last thing? Because we want just switch to custom lose sensor, then if. So now we can't use the color sensing block because we are changing the brightness. So I'll just go into the apple and if touching snake and put it in the snake sprite. So if touching snake, then what we will do, stop other script in this sprite, then lose animation without screen refresh. Sorry, you must untick run without screen refresh. And also I'll just switch to custom head. We don't want to the what's called the tongue, we just want the head. So that's to check if it is touching the edge. So if touching edge, it will just close animation and close animation. So what we will do, I will just clean up looks. I'll just repeat set a brightness, layer craft effects, change the brightness by 3, or not, I'll just set brightness to 50 and the ghost to 20. The ghost to 20. So now we'll just find the ghost to 50 I think that's good. Then wait 0.2. After that clear gravity effect and wait 0.2. So now I think 0.01. It must be just flashes. So now if I just add this, you can see just so fast, and I don't want that. I think it must be just 0.1. Repeat 3 times. After that we will just broadcast reset. So I will just make a block game loop, that just to make it something that you can just read it. Game loop. So now if I just try to hit myself, so now you can see there are just problems. So we are just stop other script in this sprite, and the lose animation I will just remove the game loop from here, make the game loop after the reset and after all the clones deleted, and I will make it also in the lose animation. So now if I just start, it will just start with the lose animation. If touching snake, false sensor, touching the snake false, then that will be not happen. This touching edge false, and that will not be happened. So why just lagging? It will just move. Check for lose. Okay, let me just remove that for now. Okay, here are the food. And if I just add this, I'll just okay, I don't know what has happened, so if it is not lagging with you, you can see, just make it. Okay, I'll just remove this too and make it stop other script. Wait 0 second, then doing all that and broadcast reset with the game loop. So now let me just try to do one thing. Okay, just so normal, why just glitching a little too much? So okay, so now you can see it just work normally. So now let me just click the game loop and just hide the snake variable and make the player move. Check lose. Let me just move the snake. Check for the lose. Oh, sorry. Check for the lose. After that, set it will be not set the custom then. Okay, so I know why that just happened. Broadcast reset and wait, I think, and also over here broadcast, reset, and wait. You'll see the reset. Okay, so now if I just touching the edge, okay, I'll just make it reset normally. Just wait 1 second. So the problem in the wait. Just a minute. Broadcast, reset. So where is all the resets? Reset. So I have a 1, 2. So one when the green flag is clicked, one when the lose. Okay, that's on the foot. I'll just make it like this. It just glitching with me, and I will make it like this. So now I have just make it bigger. Can just eat the food. Lose. I can't touching myself right now, so just to fix it, I'll just make it a little bit closer, but not too much. Yes. So yeah, that's all. And just one more thing, I'll just switch to custom, pick random 1 to 2. So when every time you click the green flag, it will be just random. And also you can just add the orange, and we can just do it like that, and 1 2 3, 1 2 3. So now we have an orange. I don't know why always it be an orange. So orange, go over here, and yes. So one last thing, if mouse down, stop, sorry, and snake is bigger than 5, then stop the script. So why we'll do that, we'll just change the snake by -1, then I'll just move by, I'll just make it move slower. So why just make it move slower? Because the player just want to be slower, because when it is be bigger. So now I'll just make my player wait a minute, because just move with 4 steps, I think. Let me just try it out. Oh my gosh, that's so hard. Okay, just lose. Okay, just not work. Let me just see what has happened. 10, and not just so big. Just remove the end and remove the change snake. So now if I just click, it will be so fast. And when it is be faster, it will be just longer. So for that, the snake variable, we just, okay, I'll just change the snake by -1. And the snake is bigger than 5. So now you can see I can just make it like this, and oops, I'll just make it bigger a little bit. Okay, just lagging, and I think I'll just remove it. And you can just add it like this without the and. Just make so. Yes, that's all. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next videos.